Hello and welcome to the Rant Shop. This is the How I See It edition. Today's Thursday. It's been quite a great day. I got off early. Hey, got band practice tonight. Double bonus. I got off early. I worked 10 hours. But traffic still sucked. Tried a new route. Hit more construction. Just no good way home. What can you do? Roads are being fixed. People are working. It's all great. So I was at work and I was pulling some orders. Dropping them off at the line. As I was dropping them off, I was BSing with the guy that I'm going to get a big Trump poster to put on the back wall, just as one of these drivers come walking in. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a Trump poster. He's like, fuck Trump. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, fuck Trump. He's raising tariffs. I'm like, okay. Well, it's going to cost more money for things. It's going to cost me more money. I'm like, really? How's it going to cost you more money? I said, they come to an agreement. They backed out of the agreement. So he put tariffs on. I said, stuff on the boats is not tariff. They haven't kicked in yet. They still got to talk, well, it's just going to cost me more money. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. It might cost you more money for a little bit, a little inconvenience. But the market will fix itself like it always does. We either make it here or we'll make it in a different country. Most of these smart businesses have diversified. People can open shops like that for this BS they're making, They're stealing our intellectual property, It's not like if they make the iPhone there, they want to know the operating system that works the iPhone or anything. The real important thing, the technology behind it. Everybody has a phone, but the technology that runs it, that's why certain brands are better than others. It's the technology, not necessarily the product. It's the technology that runs the product. That's what they're stealing. Wasn't in the beginning. 30 years ago, they made stupid little nickel and dime things that we didn't use, and eventually now everybody's went over there because we're too lazy to do things and nobody wants to pay anything for nothing, and they're using their labor force to do it, which is now costing them more money because their workers are wanting more money. So the wages are going up in China, and we can make it cheaper other places, or we could just make it here and just pay a few more bucks, create more jobs for everybody, and help all the people, as I said yesterday. The guy was clueless, had nothing to say about that, so he hurried up and changed the subject. He's like, yeah, fucking taxes, man. He goes, exactly like I said yesterday. He's like, we did my tax return, I didn't get shit back, and then I got a letter and found out we didn't do it right, so my wife redid it, and we got $10,000 back. And I looked at him, I'm like, $10,000? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, wouldn't that be more than you paid in? Well, yeah. I'm like, so you didn't pay any taxes, so you should have no say-so. Plus, he's drawing Social Security. I think he's quitting this year, but he's on Social Security right now, plus working full-time, plus his wife's working. I can tell he's a Democrat. The reason why I know this is because what's her name, the chick from Who's the Boss, that Melissa Milano, said you should go on a sex strike where you're not getting any sex from your wife, and that's why this guy don't want to retire and be home with his wife. So now I know all the old stories about men only getting sex once a month when they're married. They must be Democrats and have feminazis as wives, because that shit wouldn't fly in my house. Anyway, so yeah, he just clueless. People just verbatim talk what they hear on TV. They have no facts to back anything up. And after I started laying up, he just kind of, ooh, yeah, guess I hit a nerve spot. It's like, well, if you're going to talk shit, at least know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about nothing. He knows what him and his lady watched on CNN or MSNBC or Fox, because they're all the same. They talk about whatever the point is for the day, and they still talk about this Mueller report. Mueller report. Did you see that Democrats are reading 12 hours? It must be for the people like him. They can't read, so they have to read it to him for him to come to the conclusion that he didn't do it. So how can you call it corruption? How can you corrupt something you never did? Regardless, even if he said to fire the people, he was under his way, but regardless, whatever he said, whatever he did was because you're mad, because you're trying to get me for something I didn't do. So if I didn't do the crime, then how can I be obstructing the crime? But they're just looking for any talking point. These people, if they win, I'm not going to pull I'm moving out of the country, but boy, we're in trouble. So things are starting to roll and things are starting to be good. It takes a little pain to get pain, or to get gain. You know what I mean? No pain, no gain, like when you work out. So this will be a little bump in the road. We'll get this all worked out. We're the biggest economy. They need us. We don't need them. You know, it's funny. Oh, it's costing us more money, but when China raises tariffs, somehow that's costing us more money too. No, if it's costing us money when we raise tariffs, then it should cost them money when they raise tariffs. How come it's always everything costs us money? They don't even know what the fuck to talk about half the time. You have to do this because they backed out of the deal. Sorry. They'll get enough pain. They'll get together. It'll probably work out before this first boat come. And if the companies didn't get, stockpile and anticipate this, so be it. Market went up, down for a day. People made a whole bunch of money. Now it's back up. Just what it does. The market needs to quit reacting to the shit. I think they do it on purpose just so they get news bites. I don't know. Rich people know what they're doing with their money. They'll spawn something to react so they can go back and buy it cheaper than they sold it for. So people aren't stupid. The smart people aren't stupid. Stupid people are stupid. Sorry. You guys believe everything you hear. Or whatever side you're on. I've never really been on a side. I'm on the side of the president, not on the side of anybody else in that government. I still don't even think the people surrounding him are on his side. And I think he does things by accident. You got the people, Trump did that on purpose. No, accidentally. When he does bad things, they turn out, he's a pretty smart guy. But, come on. He's not perfect. He's definitely not a politician, though he's turning in a little bit more of one. And I'm sure all kinds of people with bad will are pulling him. So, you're going to make mistakes and do whatever. But, the Iran thing is probably more, I'd be more worried about than let's say, the whole China deal. So that's going to hurt people. If Iran goes, they're automatically going to raise oil, even though, just because they can. And that's going to hurt everybody's pocketbook, which is fine. I mean, we paid almost $4 a gallon for a year for no reason in Obama. I fucking lived through it, right? It's what it is. Every little thing. Yeah, it's going to cost me more money. Ooh. Well, I'm getting paid more money. I told you about that part-time gig I got $1 because he did. They gave me another $1 because they raised it to 11 now. So I went from 9 to 11 in less than 12 months. On top of I got a little 20-cent raise or 15 or whatever because they can't get workers. Imagine that, Trump's economy. I hated Obama. I used to rag the shit out of my mom and tell her how much I loved him just because it would piss her off. She's always been political. I gave up on politics till Trump come around. And, because I'm not stupid. I can see right through the bullshit. Politician comes up and you can listen to him for an hour and he didn't say anything that made any sense. Just a whole lot of feel good puppies and sunshine for you. Yeah, it's been a big joke. But yeah, I don't know who's pushing them into this whole Iran thing. I don't know why we're there. There's probably more going on than I know. I'm not the president. I don't know. But if something happens there, oil's going to go up. So all you people whining about this tariffs, it's going to be worse at the gas pump than paying a little more for your iPhone or your little thing. We really don't. It's like we have a $20 trillion economy and you're worried about $800 billion worth of stuff. That's just a fraction. It's not everything. You guys are acting like center of the world. It's everything. It's not everything. It's just little tiny. We are the biggest economy. They need us. We don't need them. So I don't know what you're all crying about. Now they're going to try to blame the whole farmers thing. Oh, the poor farmers. Oh, the poor farmers. There's 2 points to that. First point is, we've had a shitty spring. These places are underwater. A lot of these crops are fucking going to be wiped out and ain't going to produce anyway, which has nothing to do with Trump. Must be global warming. So they're going to pin that and the tariffs on him. And he already said, we're getting all this money from China on these tariffs. We'll just give the tariffs to the farmers. We'll take care of the farmers. Somehow politics and the House and Senate will find a way to fuck that up and not give it to him. But he already said. So if you listen to what he says and not what CNBC and CNN and Fox say, and listen to from his mouth, which nobody ever does that hates him, listens to what he says. What he says is what he wants to do. Now, whether they let him deliver or not is not his fault. It's your fault for voting these fucknuts in there. People don't, they don't make no sense, but it's going to be his fault, This whole thing with the disaster relief, because we won't give more to Puerto Rico. We've been $90 billion. They're holding up the money for the other people that aren't getting $90 billion. We've already gave them 90. It ain't enough. We already know they can't handle money because they were ready to class before. Best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico was that fucking hurricane coming through. They were so fucked it wasn't even funny. How much help can you give people who, I mean, that was pretty much all welfare. It was government funded. The government didn't have the funds. They were getting ready to go belly up like grease. God saved them by sending a hurricane. Maybe the Democrats did it and they control weather if they can. Took it out just so they can build it back up. Who knows? If you want to get a conspiracy, everything's a fucking conspiracy. Every time Trump makes a mistake, you got somebody going, oh, yeah, well, he did that on purpose. So this is why he did it. All these people trying to guess what the hell's going on, ain't none of them got a thing. But they want to tell you something. Yeah, like the 5G thing, I listened for 5 hours. I was more confused at the end of 5 hours listening to different people's sides. I could almost guarantee it's bad for you. Could almost guarantee. But if we don't do it, they do it. Then they're going to have it. We're going to need this faster technology for you. There's a lot of things that we do that are bad for you. Almost everything. Everything we eat, everything's bad for you. I'm sure this is going to be bad and fucking horrible. But that's technology. That's, sorry, it's just what it is. If they don't roll it out, somebody else will. Another president will put it in. So you can't be behind on technology. Sorry, you just can't. And all this future that they want to go to be able to support these millions and billions of people or all, these smart cities and all that, you're going to need that technology. Now, when people start dropping, they're going to find a different way to go, but I'm sure it's bad. But I've heard things of how it's not bad, and I've heard things how it is bad. I ain't a fucking scientist, so I don't know. I can almost guarantee it's bad. I mean, if putting this thing in a dump is bad, not including the Wi-Fi. We got microwaves that are bad, GMOs in food that's bad. But if you didn't have GMOs, you couldn't produce enough food to feed us. So everything's bad for you. Just what it is. Not saying we should do it, but if we don't, China's already on it. You know what I mean? So just what it is. Anyway, that's how I see it. Y'all have a great evening.